All right, so the year is 2002. I'm 30 years old, and I'm on my first overseas trip to the gorgeous country of New Zealand, and I'm on the adventure of a lifetime, and I'm less than 10 seconds away from dying a painful, sudden, excruciating death. That's right, I'm starting the story on a literal cliffhanger. Now, when you're in New Zealand, hiking is the national pastime. It's a beautiful country, so everyone is always outdoors, climbing whatever they can climb. I was there for 2 weeks visiting my friends who live there, and on day 2 of my trip, they suggested that we go climb up Mount Cook, the tallest peak in the country. Now, the toughest hike I'd been on was Runyon Canyon, but I figured when in Rome, besides, I had these really fancy REI hiking boots, and I was ready to break them in. So we go on this 2-hour drive in the middle of nowhere to get to Mount Cook, and halfway through the drive, it's pouring rain. This huge storm hits, but we thought, well, we're already driving. Let's keep going. Maybe the storm will stop. We finally get to the mountain. It's still pouring even harder. There's nobody there but us because no one is dumb enough to go hiking in this storm. But we thought we want to salvage the day, so we asked the park ranger, is there an easy hike we can do while we're out here? And she said there's a short trail that goes to a nice view of the waterfall. It's only half an hour, so we decided to do that. We set up off this trail, start going up. It's very narrow, so we're single file. My friend Christian, his wife Jen, and then I'm in the rear. And we're going up and up and up. It's getting steeper and steeper and steeper. This does not feel like an easy trail. And it's half an hour, it's 45 minutes, it's an hour. We're getting soaking wet, it's winter, it's freezing. Finally, we get to a beautiful view of the waterfall. We thought, okay, that must be it. We got the waterfall, great. Let's go back down, get some hot chocolate. We turn around, because it was single file, now I'm in the front, me, Jen, Christian, and we start going down. I'm thinking, this trail looks different on the way down than it did on the way up. And granted, it was hard to see in the rain, but I thought, well, down is down. I'll keep going. We'll get to the bottom eventually, find our car. And now we're not even on a trail. Now we're just going down these really steep, soaking wet boulders, because the rain's like making a creek down them. And there's a big metal pipe going down beside me, which we definitely did not see on the way up. So I know I'm going the wrong way, but they don't tell me to stop. They just keep following me blindly. I don't have the sense to stop and say, hey, do you guys know where we are? I'm just like, well, down is down. We'll get to the bottom eventually, and that'll be it. Now the rocks are further apart, and I'm having to step these gaps. And I'm being careful, but I have these really nice REI hiking boots. I didn't spend $250 and not have good traction. So I'm going, and now there's a big gap between these two big rocks. So big I can't really reach with my legs. I have to do a little bit of a hop move. But I think, well, I'm looking where I'm gonna land. I'll be fine. I hop, my rear leg leaves the ground. My front leg comes to the rock and immediately slips from under me. It's like hydroplaning, but with my feet. And in one split second, I have no contact with the planet Earth. I'm actually flipping upside down. I see the Earth going the wrong way. And I have enough time to think, don't hit your head, don't hit your head. You'll be fine, don't hit your head. I'm about to cover my head, and then I slam down, and I'm belly first, and I'm just sliding down, and my knees gashed open, my hands bleeding, I'm numb, I'm in shock. But I keep thinking, I didn't hit my head, I'm okay, just I'll be okay, just stop falling. And I'm sliding and sliding. I can't grab any rocks, they're very slick. It's really steep now. And it's probably like 5 seconds, but it feels like 5 minutes. Finally, there's one branch that I grab. I grab this branch that's near me, I stop. Okay, I'm fine. So I look up, I see my friends about 20 yards above me. I say, I'm okay. Christian and Jen look terrified. They have pale faces, their mouths dropped open. They look like they've seen a ghost. They almost had. They say, don't move. We're coming to get you. Do not move, Brandon, do not move. I'm like, all right, I'm fine. They come down, help me up. We found another trail. I limp down. We get to the bottom, and they say, we thought you were dead. That was the last place you could have stopped. Now, I hadn't looked behind me when I stopped. I just kept going back up. They showed me, I'll show you guys later if you want to come see. They showed me where I was on the waterfall. You see my hand bleeding there, and if I hadn't grabbed that branch, I would have been over the edge on my second day in New Zealand. Now, 3 days later, I had a 3-day solo hike planned, And I didn't want to cancel it, even though my knee was swollen up and I could barely walk, but I just wanted to make the most of my time. So I went on this hike by myself, limping, and as I walked, my scabs would open up and bleed through the bandages. Every night I put ice on the knee, and every day I'd walk and bleed again. But I'm limping along with my backpack. No one's on the trail but me, because it's the middle of winter. That's how I got a cheap flight in the middle of winter. First day of this walk, it's pouring rain, it's muddy. I slip and I fall on my back, and I'm so frustrated. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I fell down. I get up, I walk some more. Half an hour later, I fall again because it's all mud. I have a huge pack on my back, and I only have one good leg. And I'm so frustrated, I keep falling down. I fall down 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. 6th time I fall down, I decide I'm just gonna lay here for a minute because I'm tired anyway. And it's beautiful seeing up through the canopy of trees. It's gorgeous, and I'm laying still, and I can hear animals rustling in the bush. And instead of getting mad, I start laughing. I start laughing and laughing and laughing because it's hilarious that I keep falling down. It's hilarious that I'm like a turtle on my shell, on my backpack. It's hilarious that I'm on this trip by myself with one good leg. It's hilarious because I'm supposed to be dead. I'm not supposed to be there. And it's a gift that I keep falling down because I'm still alive. I ended up extending my trip 2 more weeks because why not? I'd extended my life beyond its regular date. In that time, I went sea kayaking, glacier hiking, bungee jumping, adventures I would die for and that I almost died for. In an alternate universe, I missed that branch and went into the falls. And everything that's happened in my life since then has been a lovely, painful, hilarious, excruciating, wonderful dream. Even this moment with you guys. Thank you.